Welcome to Grounds for Discussion
and Title Talk,
where we bring together closing, processing, real estate,
and coffee, of course.
Whether you're a buyer, seller, agent, or fellow industry professional, join us as we unpack the processes that make real estate deals happen. Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Barbie.
And today we have very special guests from Front Door Realtors, Diane Nicholas and Rob Evans. The bronze and brains of real estate.
You said bronze and brains, but it really could be bronze and brain.
Yes.
Or brawn and brains.
Brawn or brain?
You don't know.
You don't know.
Diane's
you
tough.
Don't. She's a tough cookie.
She's a tough cookie. So you make an assumption that it could be, it could go either way.
But I love her.
Well, welcome. We know you guys are busy, and we love it that you've taken time out of your day to join us. So we will real quick talk about Rob and Diane. Just hit on how long you've been doing this, etc. Rob, go first.
I started in real estate 10 years ago. I came from the restaurant and bar business. Did that for about 23 years and then got into this. Diane and I got together 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Almost 7.
Yeah, right before COVID. So
Always at Murney?
yes,
Okay.
always been with
Okay.
Murney.
Okay.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yep.
Came from restaurant management, right? Is that what you
Correct.
said?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And how long did you do that?
23 years. I was
Wow.
in restaurants. So
that's a long time.
total I was in it for about 23 years.
So this is quite the change
Yeah,
from,
it's been quite a
10
change.
years, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities to it too. You know, customer
People.
service, people skills, and all that. So there are a lot of bleed over, but it's quite a bit different. So.
But more daylight hours for you.
Yes, that was the reason for it. Was that I had kids that were at that age that I wanted to not work every weekend night, every holiday. So.
Understandable.
Yeah,
Very understandable.
That's how I got out of it. So.
Very good.
And I was in Diane's first mentor class.
Yeah. First
Really?
one.
Very first one.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I have fond memories of mentor group.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, your turn.
I've been a realtor for 30 years. Long time.
impressive.
Long time.
is.
And started working as an assistant to an agent. And after a year changing all of her marketing and all of her businesses, she asked me to come on board as a junior partner, and I said no.
You said no.
She had more control issues than I do. Okay, so it was definitely not a match made in heaven. So I was just going to go out on my own at that time, and then the owner of the brokerage I worked at in Iowa called me in and said, I'd like to talk to you about coming to be my assistant. And I said, well, what's it involve? And he talked about some things. And I said, do I have to pick up your laundry? Do I have to take care of your kids? And do I have to do any personal errands? Yes, you will. And I said, no.
No, thank you.
Thank you. And then he said, okay, I had to try. Now I'd really like you to come on board as the marketing director for our company and a trainer. And I said, okay.
That sounds
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
So I did that for 3 years before I moved down here and worked at Carroll Jones as a managing broker and marketing director there. It was a sister company of my company in Iowa, and did that for 3 years. And then I said, no, I think I'll just sell myself. And then I went into selling on my own.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
And so very strong and very empowering to hear that you set your
go.
boundaries
Twice.
right off the bat, really, and said, this is what I will do and this is what I won't do.
I'm pretty good at boundaries. In business, maybe not so much in life sometimes, but in business, I try to say I can do that or I can't do that. That's not something that's going to work for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well, we have, as you can see, we have all the drinks. So every time we have 2 guests, that means we have lots of drinks. So, Rob, what did you bring us to drink today?
Just a regular old Diet Coke. McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's Diet Coke, because we hear that is the best
It
one.
is truly better.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm not a Diet Coke drinker.
It is.
It is.
But
Yes.
we're going to give it a shot.
Okay.
That's it. So,
Okay.
cheers.
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 It's the best Diet Coke I've ever had.
Oh my God, the carbonation, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I just can't
I
even
do
fathom it.
love the burn. I do love the burn.
So let me just say, in my younger days, McDonald's Dr. Pepper, after I had been out with maybe some friends the night before, really hits home. So drinking this flashes me back to my 20s of going through McDonald's in the morning.
You would actually get a Diet Coke.
I get a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's what I would get.
Yes. The carbonation, the caffeine, because we might have had a glass of wine or something the night before.
Just
Okay, when you were that much younger, you weren't drinking wine, sister.
No.
Just saying.
Okay, maybe not wine.
Maybe not.
Maybe. But it is good for Diet Coke at McDonald's.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it doesn't taste like, the reason why I don't like the sugar-free whatever is it always tastes so chemically to me.
Yeah.
That does not taste super
Not at all.
chemically. I can drink that.
Super chemically.
Chemically, yeah. Or like lots of chemicals when it's no sugar.
Followed with
Yeah.
chemically.
Okay, and then Diane brought us, as you can see, Starbucks.
Caramel macchiato.
Nice.
All right.
And then we also
I
had a
just
little
really
side of
like
cream.
saying macchiato.
You like saying
Macchiato?
macchiato?
Makes me feel Italian.
Don't drink Starbucks very often, but when I do, it is an iced caramel macchiato.
That is so good to know.
Yeah.
I feel
so I
better.
can't wait to have it hot. I've never had it hot. Cheers.
Cheers.
And Rob didn't want one or didn't want
No,
one.
that's okay. I'm good with my Diet Coke.
You can have my Diet Coke if you need a backup.
Okay.
That's
Wine
good.
and Diet Coke.
That's really good. Yeah.
bad.
I don't have any cream in mine. You put cream in yours.
I did.
Is it good?
Do you taste caramel in it?
Yes.
I do.
Give it another shot.
Okay, sure.
It's very subtle.
It's very subtle. Well,
like
in
it.
my mind, I'm thinking, ooh, all the caramel. Like all
No,
the.
it's a flavor. It's not the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's a flavor.
It's coffee with caramel, not caramel with
Well, okay, that's where I really
Yeah.
yeah. It's caramel vodka.
Yes.
caramel vodka.
What did you say? He says it doesn't taste like caramel vodka.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Dang it. Okay.
All right. Well, here we go. We're gonna dive in.
So we have all the questions today.
Okay.
Okay, so one of my questions is, I feel like working with both of you on files in the past, that the communication has been phenomenal. Like if I make a phone call or an email, it's responded, or actually you come right around the corner from the Murney building into her office, and you, especially Diane, she comes straight back to my office, and when I see her come, I'm like, oh no, okay, what is she gonna ask me? Well, I know the answer. Well, I know it.
You always know the answer.
And I'm fortunate to work with both of you on that. So how do you feel as an agent working with other agents? What are some difficulties, great things, like awesome things that are about working with other agents? What do you want to share?
For me, it's communication in the fact that so many agents just want to text a quick line, and I get that because it's busy and it's easy, and then I did it. It's not the same as having a conversation. I feel that deals go much smoother, transactions, questions, problems, a little bit about their clients and the personality, and getting resolution, but even between two agents, is much better if you can talk on the phone or in person. There's been times when I've just shown up at their brokerage. I said, are you in the office? And they said, yes, I am. And I said, okay, I'll be right there. And I'll go and talk to them in person. And it's also relationships. We work better as agents with people we actually know and learn to trust. They're just, if you don't know the people you're doing a deal with, in the grocery store line, it's kind of embarrassing. I like knowing all of that.
Yeah.
I did a lot of volunteer work with the board so that I got to know a lot of the agents because of the fact that it makes everything in business much easier.
Well, and follow up to that, when you fire off a text, it can come across so like, wait, what does that mean? So when you hear someone's voice and you see their facial expression and all of that, it totally changes what that sentence might have meant.
Well,
right?
in the conversation, a lot of times if you're talking to someone, it leads to the next question, and then you get more and more background and more filler, so you understand the situation better. A text is one thing. Hey, when do you think you're going back again? Okay, tell me why. Oh, okay, maybe. What if we went Friday? And then she's going to be gone. I know my client; they're gone Friday mornings. You could have as much time as you want. It just opens up a much smoother relationship, especially when there's problems.
Yes.
When you have problems with either a repair or a request or something, if you can talk it out, it is much better than text.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Rob.
I can't stress enough how much communication, and I feel like I tell other agents all the time, you can't communicate too much.
Great.
With your lender, with your client, with the other agent.
Your escrow officer.
with the escrow officer. I mean, if you're not talking to him once a week,
Yeah.
you're doing something wrong.
Right.
You know,
Something's falling through.
right. And
The
I'm the
cracks.
same way. I want to talk face to face if I can.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't, I want to talk on the phone. I would much rather do that than text any day of the week. If it was a quick response, hey, I got your email.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't,
There's a time and a place.
Right.
It shouldn't be plan
Right.
A.
But it should be the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm amazed how many, and maybe it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because, my generation is really much more about the contact sport. And they'll send quick texts. And sometimes I call them when they text. I know they've had their phone in their hand, so I figure it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh, I didn't expect you to call. And I'm like, we should always call.
Yeah.
It just makes for a better relationship.
Yeah, you can solve so many problems that way. And you can head off problems before they become problems whenever you're doing it that way.
Yeah.
If you're on the buy side and it's day 12 of 14-day inspection period and you haven't get turned in a notice yet, call the other agent, let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you might be waiting on, oh gosh, I'm trying to find an electrician to do this or that. Well, I got 3 electricians that I know right now.
Yeah.
Let's work together.
Well,
on
and
this.
at least send that message or call and
Right.
say, here's what we're doing,
Right.
instead of just sitting on the back end wondering what's happening. Are they moving on?
the same with
You
your
can't help
clients.
but wonder that.
Yeah.
Talk to your clients,
Yeah.
talk to your clients,
Yeah.
talk to your clients.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that also takes care of the situation when you do have buyers and sellers that are a little bit more, buyers and sellers are more emotional in this transaction, more than any other transaction. And so when you're having that communication with the agent and with your buyer or seller, and kind of talking them off the ledge at times through an email or a text, that just doesn't happen. Or a phone call, you're keeping them calm and smooth. And
I had a situation recently where we'd had some difficult showings, and they had a change of heart. They had written some low offers, and then they wrote a letter saying, we're sorry, we really want to try again. Well, I didn't call my client and tell them I drove out to their house in Battlefield.
Yeah.
And the wife said, Diane's in the driveway. This is either really good news or it's really bad news. That's the only reason she's here. But, the difference of going there personally and sharing something with them, it makes a completely different impact than just
Yes.
calling or sending an email or a text. And it's not just with the people we're doing business with like this. I mean, I'd much rather come over here and talk to you personally when I have a problem.
Yeah.
But doing the same thing with your client.
well, and they're gonna-
Especially probably
Yeah.
with your clients.
Yeah.
Well, and later on down the road, when they buy or sell again, they're going to remember
The
Diane and Rob
experience.
drove to my house and had a conversation with me when I was upset and not happy with the situation or the offer or the inspection or something like that. They took the time with me, which is amazing.
Well, 80 to 85% of my business is repeat or direct referral. And that comes from having more than just a text message with someone. It's
For
knowing
sure.
everything about them and their
Yes,
family.
For sure.
Yes.
Well, we can stay here all day long, as you know, but we have to touch on mentor group, as you mentioned. Diane teaches mentor group at Murney, and you have been doing that for how long?
This is my 9th year.
9th year.
Craziness.
And Rob was in your first.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
was the
remember?
guinea pig.
You were what?
We were the guinea pigs.
You were the guinea pig. Well, it stuck.
I mean,
It
literally
stuck.
we were, because
No, you were.
it was kind of a pilot program at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what do you remember the most about?
I know that
That
it has
experience.
changed a lot. Like, we did way more than you guys were.
Yeah.
First group, it was an 8-week course, and we previewed every week. We went to 10 properties, and then they had to preview another 15 on their own. I had it really, really loaded. They were very
I
live.
think we wrote 3 offers a week, and we had to look at, I think you gave us 1 or 2 a week that we were
Oh, you were
on the other
receiving
side.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote one to Diane and presented it to her at her house. What a train wreck. Wasn't it? I'll never forget her face looking at me like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Graduation class out of mentor group is you come to my house and you do a full market presentation, like a listing presentation to me at my home, to me.
And this was me.
And everyone is
Shaking.
nervous.
So nervous.
I've only had 4 criers.
presenting an offer to the Diane Nicholas, and I'm not being facetious when I say that. Like, you know what I mean? It's 30
true.
years of
Yes.
wisdom and experience, and you know, you have the great, you know, opportunity to do this every day. So be with her every day, and
Well,
even
when we
after
went
10
through
years.
mentor group, I remember her asking me, "What do you want to get out of this?" And I remember going, "I want everything in there."
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
you're willing to share it, then I want to learn it.
And so, how soon after mentor group did you guys link up?
Just a couple of years after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we did a couple of
Okay.
transactions together.
Okay. Okay.
We were on both sides.
Yeah.
I think I had a client that bought from you first.
Yeah.
Then you had a client that bought from one of my clients next. And I think we did 3 transactions before that.
And then my buyer's agent at the time was leaving, so I thought of everyone that I wanted to interview, and I interviewed 5 people.
Okay.
And I asked Rob if he'd like to come and work with me.
Cool, Rob.
That is awesome.
That's a big deal. I
Yeah.
think.
No, I thought it was too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
considered it a great privilege, and I also said, I remember that we went to lunch, and I told her I wouldn't even consider doing this with anybody else.
Oh,
I wasn't.
love that.
I wasn't interested in.
Yeah.
After 23 years of being in management, I didn't want to. I didn't want to have anything to do with anybody that I didn't have to. you
Yes.
know? After managing that many people.
Yes.
Yes.
I really liked being on my own,
Yeah.
taking care of my own thing. But
Yeah.
whenever it was her sitting down across from me and her approaching me and saying, "Hey, I would like to talk to you about this," one, that was a great honor. But then the deal that we worked out after that, I was just like, yeah, I think that, and I've told her ever since then, I still wouldn't do this with anybody else.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Well, and now we've moved to full partnership, even partnership.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay, very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Very
And
awesome.
how long did you guys work? You were her buyer's agent for a period of time, or not really?
Kind of a hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
just specifically a buyer's agent, kind of a hybrid, so
Okay.
it could help develop his
And
business.
so now you're just partners and maybe gonna grow the team if the right person came
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, if the right person comes along, we're definitely open to it. We're never shutting the door to the idea.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would have. We both agree that it's got to be the right fit.
Absolutely.
For both.
We're not just looking to build a
You
huge
got
team.
too good of a thing
Right.
now.
Right.
So
Yes.
They better have a sense of humor.
There you go.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I have a funny little story on each one of you.
Oh, Lord, love
Just a
that.
little, well, and I kind of already touched base on the first time I really met you was in the office here, and we had a transaction that didn't go very smoothly.
Oh, nope.
And it was no fault to you or I. It was unfortunately the agent on the other side and all the stuff. And
It was a complicated
and you
one.
came in, and I was like, I just started sweating. Like I was just sweating. I was like, okay, here we go. Okay.
You just weren't sure what you were about to get.
I wasn't sure. And you were so kind and so, you listened intently, you reassured, you were reassuring, and we really agreed on everything that happened in that transaction. And I was like, okay, I think she kind of likes me. She doesn't think I'm a complete idiot. Okay, I'm okay.
She has no idea that she has this effect on people.
She does,
Oh,
does she not?
No, she has no idea. We've talked about it before. That I'm always like, a lot of agents are very intimidated.
Yeah.
And Rob, do you remember the first time we met?
I don't.
It was here in the office.
Okay.
And what did I say to you?
I have no idea.
Okay, have you been sick? Like your voice.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like trying to be like,
You were trying to
the kind of
have a
motherliness.
conversation.
Kind of like, oh, are you sick? Do you need some Tylenol, ibuprofen? He's like, no, this is just my voice. I was like, oh.
This is just what you get.
I'm sorry. So embarrassed.
No, I understand that it's not the most normal voice. So I get that a lot, especially on the phone. I get a lot.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, are you sick?
No,
This is
this
it.
is just
my
Rob.
voice.
This is Rob's voice.
Well, I kind of warned you guys, but what we like to finish with is, and especially in 30 years and 10 years, I know you guys have some stories. What has stuck with you over 30 years and 10 years that you'll never forget it? An experience of anything that you can think of that you would tell?
Well, my favorite scar tissue story, that's what I call them. scar tissue, was like in my first year or second year, and I was showing a house in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And I had called, and it was a rental, and it was a split level, so there were bedrooms down, bedrooms up. So I made the appointment, I confirmed the appointment the morning of the appointment, and I showed up and I had an Asian family who spoke very little English with me, and it was mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, and 2 kids.
Okay.
And they followed me very closely. So I, of course, did what I always do, is ring the doorbell, yell, "Realtor," when I walked in. We were not quiet people throughout the whole main floor.
Yeah.
Came downstairs. The first bedroom to the left was shut. I opened the door, and a guy is laying on the bed naked as a jaybird.
Oh my gosh.
And I go, and he's naked. But my Asian family is plowing into the back of me because they're just thinking we're walking into the room. So I'm going, no.
Abort.
But I didn't know the word for naked. And there's little grandma, because of course I'm a 6-footer, and there's little grandma under my arm going, ooh. And I slammed the door shut, and he goes, "I'll get up." And I go, "No. Just stay there.
Just stay there.
Just stay in there." And we looked the rest of the house and we got out, and there are 6 Asian people and me laughing until I thought we were going to pee our
gosh.
pants
Oh
in
my
the park, in
goodness.
the driveway. It was hilarious. Funniest time of my life.
That's
A naked man.
Naked
And
man.
you're showing.
Naked man.
That's
So
a
now
good
I
one.
learned, instead of just opening the door if it's closed, you knock and yell "Realtor" before you open any door.
any door.
Any door.
Yes.
You never know what you're going to see.
Scar tissue.
Scar tissue. I like that.
Actually, mine's oddly familiar, or oddly similar.
Similar?
Yeah. I was showing houses to a couple that I'd worked with before. We'd been looking all day and it had gotten late, so it was dark. We went into a house that had a tenant. It was tenant occupied. I'd confirmed it with the owner and said, because it wasn't an agent call, it was an owner call to set up the appointment. Confirmed it with him. He said, "Yeah, the tenant knows." And I said, "Okay, great." And he said he doesn't speak very good English, but he did say that he wouldn't be there. And I said, "Okay, great." So same thing, went in, "Realtor, Marnie here," very loudly. We went through the living room, we went through the kitchen. I said, "Let me go turn on the lights in the back, and we'll take a look at that," because they were looking at some stuff in the kitchen. And whenever I opened up the master bedroom door, the lights were off. It was pitch black in there, and I flipped on the light whenever I found it. Found the light switch, flipped them on, and there was a small Asian man in the corner of the room putting on his shirt. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, what, I didn't know." And he was just like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." And I was like, "No, it's
No,
not.
it's not okay.
It's not okay at all." So I just kind of screwed it out. And then the couple was still in the kitchen, and they were like, "What just happened?" Because I guess I just
They could
heard
tell by
or something.
or tell by your
Or
face.
maybe told by my face, I don't know. But I just quickly said, "Well, the tenant is still here. He's back there in the bedroom." And they were like, "Okay, well, I think we're good. We're just gonna go." And I was like, "Are you sure? I mean, it's..." And then he came out and he was, in the broken English, he was telling us, "It's okay, come back here, let me show you." And I was like,
No.
"Nope,
Nope.
we're past all that. Like,
We're gone.
That ship sailed. I'm sorry, but I think we'll
closed
come
when it
back
came
another
out?
time."
Was it
Yes.
closed?
Oh, thank God.
But he
it was
just had
closed.
on like a pair of shorts and a ratty old t-shirt. I don't know if he was asleep.
Yeah.
And he just didn't wake up, or I don't know.
I don't
But
know,
he
But
was-
I think naked
it
man.
looked like, yeah. It looked like he was in the closet though. Whenever I turned on the light.
That's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Wild.
But whenever we went outside, they were just like, we had a feeling that was weird, and we don't like the house that much anyway.
Yeah,
We just
something
went
wasn't right.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
we'll
that
just
sounds
move
good.
on. Let's move on. Well, we are so thankful that you guys took time out of your day to
Yes.
join us, and we always love doing business with you, and we appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for my drinks.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.